Hey there, welcome back to Let's Suffer Together. I'm Suffer with the Undermine Relic tier list back with Headwound. How you doing, man?
Hey, doing really good. We got some interesting relics coming today. It's looking forward to it.
Indeed, I'm with Priskip.
Hello.
How you doing, man? You having a good day?
It finally rained, so the heat snap or the heat streak that was going on over here in the States. Hopefully it's over.
Yeah, I
But
can't stand the heat wave.
yeah, heat wave is it's been insane over here.
Beautiful. Well, let's get into the first perk of the day. What are you bringing to us, Priskip?
The bottled lightning. Upon hitting the enemy with either the swing or the throw, it will if you have this relic, you will have a chance to spawn lightning. The lightning will go out and hit all the other things in the room. It will electrify the water, unlike Mjolnir, causing enemies that are standing on water to receive the electrical damage. And you can also electrify yourself, which hurts. So just be careful around water. But yeah, extra damage, chance or extra lightning damage, just chance to do it. Pretty good. Your thoughts?
I take it you're not a fan of this one, Headwound, with your aversion to electricity.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, okay. With that being said, if it's before mortar, I will never take this. After
Same here.
mortar, I will take it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Bottle lightning isn't something you do twice, because it kills you, Dirk the Alchemist, in the tagline there. Nah, I've never noticed I've noticed the lightning in the water and killing, but I've never seen it as the biggest problem. Of course it pinches, but I've never seen it as a proper cause of death, unlike the lightning mites, which is huge lightning and just... I don't know if it's technically just all lightning damage or if it is actually physical damage from the lightning mites. But this is quite tame in the electric department, I find, so I'll take it whenever, to be perfectly honest. It's nice across a room. It's not overly powerful, but as a common relic, if you plan to get all the elementals, I find it quite nice. It's a part of a greater whole.
Mm-hmm. Works well with guidance in a throw build.
Mm.
But yeah, like Hedwin said, I don't pick this up before mortar because I just don't want to have to worry about the water pattern. Bad enough that I have to worry about if mortar is going to be electrifying the water. I don't want to have to worry about myself electrifying the water and taking excess damage.
Yeah, this part of the
Yeah, I
RNG...
think
Sorry, go on, man.
no, absolutely. I hear what you're saying. With this, for me, early on summoning stone levels, I will take this at the point where that electrical damage when we step in water is a little bit excessive. That's when I start not taking it. With that being said, after mortar, I'm good to go. So this is not a great relic. It's not a terrible relic. It does require finesse to use. Yeah, it's kind of a meh relic to me.
Yeah. So where do you think we should rank it? B minus?
I was thinking BB+.
I was thinking B, just straight up.
Yeah.
A nice
I
slot
could
for
see
it.
it being a B. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Considering on
Next
its
to the
own,
bamboo.
it's not amazing and it's part of a greater whole. It does
Yep.
take quite a lot of other relics to make this either good or as part of a combination of...
Yeah.
Say you've got the poisons. Again, I think we're covering all of them today, so we can just hold off on that little discussion.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like it'd work well if you have the guidance and the phantasmal because you get more
Oh,
chances for lightning.
incredible then. Incredible.
Oh yeah.
But
Yep.
we're going to be talking about the next one, Salamander's Tail. This one is absolutely tremendous. I will take this. I don't care if early, late, whatever. This will light enemies on fire, light braziers to discover secrets, cook food for extra health, and also is great against Nori in being able to relight his braziers when he puts it out himself. So all around great relic, love it, never miss it. Thoughts?
Brisket?
I love this thing. I love this thing. For me, it has a lot of versatility to it. or just a lot of utility to it as well, where just being able to cook food, light up torches, light your enemies, get passive damage over time. The only downside to Salamander's Tail I can see is if you're in a room full of oil and you light something on fire, and that thing then lights the oil on fire. I've died myself that way a couple of times, and I've seen other people die from lighting enemies on fire to then light oil on fire. But that's about the only real downside to this. I love being able to cook food. I love being able to relight lanterns, especially in that Nori fight. And the only other downside I can see with this is if you have Dark's Hammer, because you would want to use your salamanders to cook your food, but you can only cook the food if you swing at the food to be able to light it up. But if you have Dirks, it's going to transmute the food or transmute that food if you haven't Dirked already. But other than that, it's a really good utility relic. It doesn't provide any immunity to fire. It just allows you to do fire. So I kind of view it similar to Lava Boots, but not as great as Lava Boots.
I was going to bring up the lava boot comparison as well. I think it's a great comparison because it comes up so often in a run where you want one or the other. And as a person who doesn't really cook my food that much because I'm always, for some reason, I go into a shop, I swing at it in a shop, and half the time it'll just get destroyed. Like, it's like I've already swung at it for some reason, just wandering about, randomly swinging, and I don't know, somehow I've damaged the food previously. Maybe it's...
You would never do that.
I don't know. I don't know. There's something damaging my food that one hit of damage and then cooking it will destroy food. So you've got to be a little bit careful. I've just got into the habit of never cooking food because every time I've done it, it's just disappointment, it seems. But again, the more preferred relic to Lava Boots, in my opinion, even though Lava Boots has the added benefit of leaving fire pools and fire invulnerability, this just... fire and vulnerability from Lava Boots is limited as well, so I've always preferred Salamander in a way, but I don't see it as the better relic. Even if it's got advantageous Nori application for lighting the lanterns easier, that you don't have to jump up and down. It's a difficult one. Because it's...
Yeah, for me, this is an A-. Solid A-. I think the Lava Boots are better in utility and protection.
Yeah. I'd rather have Lava Boots.
Yeah. Granted, with Salamanders during the Nori fight, you can swipe through him or throw a pickaxe to relight it, which is a tiny bit easier than Lava Boots, but Lava Boots will still do the same utility.
Mm-hmm.
I'd agree.
But yeah,
I don't see putting it too lower than A-.
Yeah.
I just like I like the passive damage over time from fire and just being able to light lanterns. But yeah, the next one, Suffer.
On 2. A little poison here and there. Again, rounding out the nice elemental relics with crippling poison. You have the Bottled Lightning, you have Salamander's Tail, and now we have crippling poison. If you have all 3, and this is what I was saying tonight before, this is, the triumvirate of elemental perks. Crippling poison, give you a chance to poison enemies on a hit. Nice tick damage, just like Salamander's Tail. I don't see Bottled Lightning as tick damage, it's more just random chance to do one hit of damage, but the crippling poison will slow down enemies with the poison, just like it slows down yourself, so you get to repay some of that pain and suffering that we all enjoy so much, bit by being slowed down and made vulnerable. Now you can make the enemies vulnerable yourself and go at them with all your fury. Very nice. I do like this one. I have a soft spot for this. How about you guys?
Headwound?
Yeah, no, this is a take every single time I see it. So as far as what it does, Suffer has already indicated what it does. It's great at what it does. It's slowing down the enemies. Great relic. Top list for me.
Yeah. I actually don't have this one unlocked, but I do see the value of it. I would put it highly. I would rank it either with Salamander or above Salamander.
You see,
I would put it. That's a tough choice.
Have boss application.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I've always seen it. Bottled Lightning, the third best. Poison second. Salamander third. So I think it slots nicely into a B+. How about you guys? What do you feel about that positioning?
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think that's exactly where I would do it.
I forgot. Yeah, it doesn't. None of the bosses can be poisoned, so yeah, that would make it a B+ for me.
But the
since it is useless in
slowdown,
boss
should
fights.
we?
No, the slowdown is the same as like the fire tick damage that you get from salamanders, or the multiple electrical damage that comes from uh, bottled lightning. So I think it just fits nice and snug in there. Yeah,
What
it's
would
not going to
like?
light anything. Go ahead.
What I would like to see is a combination of all three. But you mostly whenever you pick up 2 relics, you get a combination. Having all these 3 as a combination and just getting an elemental kind of wizard hat or something.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be kind of crazy. Have the lightning effect trigger, and whoever gets hit by the lightning has the possibility of getting poisoned or set on fire.
I would
like
love
it.
that. I would love that. Thoughts
Devs,
for 1.0.
are you listening?
Or we need you.
Sorry. Yep. But on to the next one, which is also a poison theme. It is where'd it go? The Caustic Vial.
Hmm.
This little bad boy, whenever you throw your pickaxe at an enemy, they will be marked for poison, and they will explode in they will explode into a vial, or vial of poison. No, not a vial of poison. What's the word? What's the right word?
A cloud of poison?
Yeah, explode into a cloud of poison whenever they are killed. When this thing first came out, I remember playing around with it because I thought it would be pretty cool. But to my surprise, whenever you killed your enemy, if you were standing close to them, you would also get poisoned. But in Golden Core
Wow.
update, in the Golden Core update, they changed it so that you can't get poisoned from the explosion of this thing. So that's an upside. At least it doesn't hurt you anymore.
You know what? I think this is my next prime unlock, even on my high summoning stones.
Yeah. Now the thing is that even while this thing marks your enemies to explode in poison, it doesn't actually poison them. You have to kill the enemy, and that enemy has to be near other enemies in order to spread the poison. So it would work well if you already had crippling poison, but in my experience, you just want to take crippling poison over this any day of the week.
Yeah, it seems like you're going through some extra steps there just to get the same effect, and
Yep.
I don't know if I'd ever unlock this one. I just don't see it being a useful pickup overall compared to some other things you can get. I see its possible value, but again, it just feels like limited value.
Yeah.
And it's common.
So.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I don't see this as important as the crippling poison. I think this is less important.
Yeah. I would put it at a D.
I was thinking it needs to be low.
Yeah, I was thinking more of a C because it does have some utility.
It's very
Now
limited.
the thing is it only a chance that they will explode, or is it every time you hit an enemy with it? Every
time that you hit an enemy, they'll be marked for the cloud of poison, and they will every time explode into that cloud of poison, poisoning nearby enemies.
Any idea how big the cloud is?
In my experience, it's not that big. Like you usually have to be in melee range and that melee range is usually like only 1 cleave big at most.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not useless. I couldn't put it below the totem. Or, I don't know if it's equal to the totem, but I was looking at the sewing kit, and I was thinking, sewing kit, just compared to this, in the overall game, not much. I know it's an automatic unlock, but given the choice between them, sewing kit all day. Like, all day, even Mjolnir. Lightning bomb, maybe, because it's just, you get to pick and choose when to lightning. I don't know, maybe a lightning bomb, maybe a good comparison against it, but just completely different. They're using bombs with it.
I would take Lunchbox over this.
Yeah. I would put it at highest to C.
But I would... I definitely take this over the fire bombs, or even the cook food, the barbecue thingy.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't hurt you.
Nope,
And I
not
think that's
anymore.
the key.
Something we may need to reassess. Santag from the Discord explaining how Burning Ember on the C minus now scales with throw damage. 1/4 of your throw damage, apparently. If that's to be believed. And I have no reason to doubt him.
Yeah, I'll
Which
have to do some, I'll
could
have to
be
do testing.
tremendous if you got Masa or Mune, whichever one deals with the throw damage. You know me and learning.
I mean, the names are similar, and they look similar.
Exactly.
So, we in agreement? C for right now?
Yeah. I mean, that's the highest I would put it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say any higher.
I think it's C minus. Just for the super, it's super limited in a way.
Yeah, it's really limited, kind of like the large ember. I would agree with the C minus.
Okay. C minus it is.
Because I don't see how you build on it. You know what I mean? I don't see how you push it forward. Like Catalyst, you could. You could even push Totem.
But this,
Yeah.
it's very limited use. But at least it doesn't hurt you anymore.
I do believe that the next relic, Cracked Orb, is better. When you hit a target with a thrown pickaxe, now that pickaxe could be imbued with guidance or phantasmal. So that means any phantasmal or guidance or regular thrown pickaxe that hits an enemy marks it. And then that enemy will take an additional 20% swing damage, which over 20 seconds could be a lot. And it does include bosses. So in that, now I don't know if it actually, does it affect Celt?
I believe so.
I don't know that I've ever gotten it early enough to affect her, but all the other rest of them, yes.
Yeah, I know it affects all the rest, so I don't see why it wouldn't affect Celt.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that this keeps on scaling it will continually scale the damage regardless of rooms that you go into or the bosses that you meet. This is a great additional damage. You just have to throw first, hit them once, then hit them with the swing. Does it now? The question is, and I don't know this answer. If I throw it, hit something, and then I hit that enemy again with a thrown pickaxe, does my throw automatic also get the 20% increase, or is it just swing?
It's swing and throw.
I think it's just a flat 20% extra damage, no matter what type of damage it is.
Okay, then that's brilliant.
Yep, it's like applying a mini crit to them almost. If any of you,
sorry, go on.
Yeah, if any of you played like Team Fortress 2, where you get mini crits, they don't do as much damage as a regular crit, but a little bit of extra crit. It's like a mini crit. I've always thought of it that way.
I've always seen it as a critical damage. And automatic unlock, which surprised me.
Yeah.
Rare,
but
there straight away, giving you mini crits. I've always seen it as like a little mini crit. It's one that I just... I smile when I find it, because I know it applies to both swing and throw. And it's really easy to activate. Just one swing attack... throw attack onto an enemy. And it's there for 20 seconds, and that's quite a long time to get some work done. And when it's over, just throw again. Beautiful in all situations. Going to be quite high up on the list, this one.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking an A or maybe A minus. Not an A plus, because I think Vorpal actually has more utility and benefit, and not as high as the Shock Room because of its brutal, damage over time.
I think we're missing the perfect comparison, Shadowfang.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Shadowfang.
That's good.
But I think, again, everything on the A minus, I'd take the orb above all the A minus.
Yep.
But it's clearly not as good as the Shadowfang. But it is as good as some of the other A's, like the Lava Boots. I'd have a really difficult choice. between picking cracked and lava boots, for instance. So I think
Or
it's
even cracked
slots
and
on there quite
resurrection.
well.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
even cracked or resurrection. I'd probably take crack.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yep.
Ah,
It gives you some
here
confidence.
Yeah.
And the next
So
one
it
up.
the next
does.
one.
Ooh,
Next
one
one.
I
Start the
always
ring.
smile again as well. Starting the rings with the Ursine ring. One of my favourites, can never refuse. And the old picture there, old texture for Ursine ring, that's a lot more
I like
favourable
that
than the
one.
old Bishop's bomb, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
A little, it's like a Sonic ring, goddamn. Automatically unlocked,
almost-
common.
Reminds me of one of the like the ring from Lord of the Rings, the One Ring.
No inscription, though.
Nah.
But automatically unlocked, you can get it straight away. An extra 20% HP from your base health. If you mix this in with blessings, you also get pretty much bonus HP along with that. Losing the ring will cause an equivalent reduction in max and current HP. You're not gonna lose that. Don't worry. You don't like go losing stuff in Undermine. You sell things. It's like implying in the wiki saying losing the ring. Like no, you don't lose it. It's not like you lost your fucking car keys, mate. Yeah, you know, like what the fuck is that on about? But
The only
20%
time you can
HP.
Yeah, the only time you can lose the relic is if you have the Relic Eater curse, or you sell the relic by choice to Black Rabbit.
Indeed. I suppose
It's
with
very
Relic Eater,
interesting.
it's-
It's very interesting that they put that specific phrasing for this specific item in the wiki. I think that's. I don't know if that's a key or something like that, but yeah, I'll take this. This is absolutely, it's the 3-ring trilogy. This is the first one to come. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Taking it every time.
And the bearer is a symbol of power, strength, and overall badassery. Toadvine, guard captain, moody son of a bitch. Also, but the Ursine ring. Again, you walk in the room, you smile, you go, okay, my HP is sorted for relics. Of course, there is other HP from other relic sources, but this is the highest one you will get. It is one that, if you care about your life, and you refuse this, then you've got contradicting kind of, disciplines in your train of thought there, mate, and you're probably going to want to reassess. Take this, just pick it up, put it on your finger, and run away. Praise HP.
So where are we going to put this guy? I really like this thing.
Hey,
Eh?
it's an A.
That's where I was thinking.
Solid A, all day.
Yeah.
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 It's not a pillow.
No.
It's not a shield.
A brave.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's
the
not a breastplate.
suit of
It's
armor.
not a hyperstone. It's not. Yeah.
It's not that
I
level.
agree.
But
Yeah.
it's certainly better than everything A minus. Again, kind of like we're looking at with cracked. The extra life. In fact, I'd take Ursine ring over your extra life here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, the next ring. This one got a little devil head on it. It's the demon ring. Increase the swing damage by 15%. Super simple relic. More swing damage. Yay! We're always looking to get more swing damage. I love this thing. I pick it up anytime I see it. Unless there's one of the like A plus or S relics on or in a room in a duplicator situation. This thing is like almost always a pickup for me. Headwound.
Yeah, I love this. A ring passed down from generation to generation until it was lost by a careless child demon.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you noticed that as well. I had a smile when I read that. which careless child demon? I want to know now. I want a name, address. I need to go visit this child and figure out the story. Investigate, be a detective for once.
Yeah.
Ask him if
We
he has
need.
any other ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is an absolute take for me. 15% additional swing damage, which really makes a difference as you move forward in your summoning stones. Early on, later on, take it every day. Yeah.
I think it's. I can't say it's the highest base increase for a single relic. Like Gaunts is. This is essentially Gaunts for swing damage. They're both exactly the same in terms of increase. But swing and demon, because swing's your primary, your throw is kind of secondary. Demon ring is priority. So I think it's probably higher. than the gaunts. Since they're a direct comparison, you've just got... If most of the
Yeah.
time you see a swing as primary, of course.
I think it's a solid A.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have a tough time taking this over a few things in A plus, to be honest.
Here's a comparison. Ricochet or swing damage. I mean, Ricochet or Demon Ring.
Oh yeah, Demon Ring.
There you go. Unless we're
But-
removing Ricochet. There's your answer.
No, I mean what I'm thinking is it's gonna be an A, but it's gonna be an A high. But does it qualify as an A plus? If we compare it to like Vorpal, Demon Ring or Vorpal,
I think 15% is far too low.
I would pick up
I agree.
Vorpal.
If it was, say, 25%, that would be a different story. But 15%, it's kind of like the crits. If you
Yeah.
feel me. Like, it's like an extra boost, it's not an actual chunk.
Yeah. But I would actually, if it came, now this is a tough one, Earthside Ring or Demon Ring. For me,
Ooh.
I would take Demon Ring over Earthside Ring because I know that because of my experience in playing the game, 20% will make a difference, but 15% additional damage will get me through fights quicker, which will get me through bosses more frequently over the HP, where if I'm playing good, I don't need that extra 20% HP. Does it help? Absolutely. But that 15% extra damage is better for me.
I would take the Ursine Ring because I usually like the more health for more transmuting, because my strategy of Spirit revolves around transmuting as much. Granted, I'm not at Summoning Stone 120. I think you're at 126, right, Headwound?
Made 127 today.
Holy moly,
Hey,
haven't
GG.
seen that yet. But yeah, I'm at 86, not 126. So I maybe whenever I get to that level, I might be saying a different story. But for me, I like the extra health, so I think it fits solidly in the A because there are things I would take in the A tier where I would take over the Demon Ring, but there are also things in the A tier that I would take the Demon Ring over some of those ones, like Guidance or Extra Life, maybe even Dull if I have plenty of curse removal lying around.
True.
So I think A is a good spot for it. You agree, Suffer?
I do. Considering
Alright.
Cracked is in A as well, and that's 20%. Very,
Yeah.
very accessible 20% at any time, and this is 15%. And it's not an A minus. I think it's a perfect slot for it.
Yeah. So the next
All
ring.
right.
Oh, yes.
Next ring, the final ring, the mediocre ring, which in my case, this is not mediocre. This is a great ring to have because it increases 3 different stats all with one ring. Now, granted, it doesn't reach the percentage as other rings, and appropriately not, but you get an increase of your base health by 10%. Your base swing damage and throw damage are both increased by 5%. That's not tremendous, but it can make that little difference, especially that base health with that additional throw and swing damage. Are there other items that are better? Yes, there are other items that are better. Suffer, what do you think?
Again, it's one I never really refuse. Mainly because I don't take duplicator and I don't have to choose. But as soon as I go in and see it, it's, again, just nice to have a bit of everything. Even if it is just 5% for swing and throw. It's on the borderline. If it was any lower, like 4%, I wouldn't take it. It's because it's a solid 5%, you know? And the 10% HP. Yeah, 10% HP, that's some more transmuting. Again, it's just a nice head start. Especially if you find it early. When it could have been an absolute garbage relic. At least you're getting something. Like it says, it's a mediocre ring. It's one that you're going to be utilising. Because you're going to be
It's quite
taking any
common.
source of health and damage.
Yeah, it's quite common. But like the description says, the ring can never decide what it wanted it to be, so it's just okay. A couple of things.
Sounds like me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we've all had that case. So I think I would put this probably in the B tier somewhere. This is not an A tier for me.
I'd say A minus.
But
I was thinking
you,
A
s-
minus.
you think it's an A minus?
Well, looking at
Okay.
A minuses, yeah. Right, here's the thing. Gaunts, 15% throw damage. This is 10% throw damage. Sorry, 10% health, 5% swing, 5% throw. So the 5% on the swing is more valuable than 5% on the throw. So you're at least at 10% for the throw, for the gaunts, in comparison. And then 10% on health. Would you... what would you take? 5% on throw or
Yeah.
10% on health?
This is the tough one because would I take Salamander over Ring? Yes, I would take Salamander over Ring. Would I take Ring over Gaunts? Yes, I would take Ring over Gaunts. So maybe this is a really good balanced location because there are things that I would take over Ring,
How about battle standard?
but not over Ring. Battle Standard, I would take over Ring.
Really?
Yes.
Leftovers?
Leftovers, no. I would take Ring first.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it fits well in the A
You
minus.
see everything on B plus. The gold and the gold double. Saying that because they're shop relics, and again, I don't always take gold double, food double, and mediocre ring is a relic room relic. So you do have that kind of disparity between them. But most of the B plus, I'd take it far less than the mediocre ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it fits well
Okay.
in the A minus. But yeah, moving on to the last relic of the day.
Berserker's Pendant, eh? The one that I fucking despise. You have to essentially get swing damage while at low HP, and as we've talked about before, any relic that relies on you having been hit in the first place is somewhat of a no-no. A necklace of gnarled orc fangs, caked in blood. Caked? Cake? I want cake now. Aegis makes it easier to survive at low health and benefits from the extra damage, but I don't have this unlocked for good reason because I used it in my main save file. And unlike the other throw damage at low health, I don't believe this gives you a huge amount of throw damage compared to the high amount of the high amount of swing damage compared to the high amount of throw damage the alternative throw pendant gives you, which we'll come and discuss in the future. Again, there's better ways of getting your swing damage. How about you guys? Priskip?
I don't have it unlocked. I don't like things that require you to be at low health.
Yeah.
And Headwound?
Yeah, I have this one unlocked, and as you guys will see in my video coming out later on tonight, I took this because it was the only thing that was there. And then the immediate moment that I got a transmute relic potion, guess which one was out of my inventory and being transmuted? Yep.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Because, yeah, early on, this could actually be a decent relic in increasing the amount of damage that you have because the enemies are not hitting you hard enough to destroy you in 2 or 3 hits. So it becomes more beneficial. You'll likely be at lower health more often with your experience getting through the summoning stone levels. But towards the end, later summoning stone levels, this thing can be extremely dangerous and not worth the risk or effort to try to trigger it. So, it's kind of a meh relic for me.
Yeah.
Doggy?
Yeah, doggy. Yeah, sounds like the doggy has woken up.
Nah, it's all
They
good.
must have heard something. Yeah, they must have heard something outside.
It's alright.
Yeah, so it's man, this is a hard one because I can see a lot of relics on. So I'm not going to consider this anything above a B,
Nah.
but I'm not going to put this at a D or lower.
Nah, it's not that bad. I mean, you don't actively get hurt by it. It just requires you to
Yeah.
get hurt, which you're going to be at some point. So it's nice to have in the bag, but
it's kind of like war paint in a way. Like it feels like that type of where it has its use, but it's limited and it's not really that great unless it's early on.
Well, you're never
So
gonna kind of spec into it. You're never gonna go into a fight on purpose under health. You're not gonna have a load of food going, oh, I'm gonna use this.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
properly.
it's kind of just there, and if you get the effects from it, it's like, ah, cool, but you're not going to go out of your way to trigger it.
I see it as
and even
maybe even a C minus. Again,
I was
just have
thinking of
I just
actually
really
just
don't like this.
a C. Like I was just thinking of a C itself. Like I would take Mjolnir. Of course, I would take Mjolnir over this. I will take Catalyst over this.
I just don't want to encourage people to think this is a good idea.
I'd rather have Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Catalyst. I'd probably. I'm trying to find someone on C minus I'd rather have, but there isn't. But I think it's a good fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm happy with a
that.
C. If that is to be the majority.
Yeah.
I'll put it
I
at
think
C.
so.
It's kind of like the transmute bombs. It's not necessarily a good idea, but if you're forced to use them, it can help.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the 9th relic for today.
Indeed. And thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Priskip.
Yep.
Headwound, been a pleasure, sir.
As always.
And again, make sure you join us next time. And if you think we've fucked up, if you think we've done right by you with your preferred or hated relics, let us know in the comments section down below. I'd like to thank you for joining us for all this video. I appreciate it. Make sure you check out the next tier list video. Make sure you subscribe to be notified. You know, ring that bell, ding-a-ling, and be notified when we put out the next tier list video or other content from the channel we put out, such as Noita content, Enter the Gungeon, and now and again, Undermine content, especially with the update coming out on August the 6th. I'll get the date right this time. But also make sure you're checking out Headwound and Priskip and myself on twitch.tv. Just put twitch.tv/ each of our names. Click that follow button. Make sure you check us out when we're live for more roguelike content of all types. But thank you all for watching. I've been Suffer of Let's Suffer Together, and until next time, take it easy, guys.
Bye.
Later.